Hey everyone, it's Aubrey, recovering perfectionist, queen of distraction. It's just another day, another mess, so let's tackle some more spring cleaning today in my bathroom. Instead of feeling very disappointed that it's not sunshine and rainbows outside, I'm just going to think of all these rainy days that we've been having as just my blessing in disguise to stay inside, hunker down, and get all of the spring cleaning done that I really want to take care of before I just would rather be outside. So today we are in my bathroom. This is an area that I try to revisit annually. Obviously, I want to do a deep clean. I'm not only cleaning my bathroom once a year, but it's once a year where I really get into the cabinets and the drawers, do some reorganizing. I like to use this time as an opportunity to just reconnect myself with all of the inventory that I am responsible for, shift things around as needed, obviously throw some things away, and then just get everything generally spruced up. But that is that. I'm going to stop talking. We are going to get into the thick of things. While I do want to obviously deep clean everything, I know that decluttering in the drawers and the cabinets is going to be the messiest part. There's definitely going to be dust and bits and bobs that fall out all over the floor, so I'm not going to clean anything until this is all taken care of. Okay, I can do this. Okay, so first thing is first, we are going to start in the cabinet where I store my towels. This is going to be an easy win for me. I'm going to start with the easiest thing first just to get the ball rolling. Now you might think, Aubrey, why are you storing your towels underneath your sink? That's disgusting. Well, some man without kids was 100% the person who designed the house plan for my home. And I have literally not a single linen closet in this place. So this is the most convenient place that they go. Also, nothing's dripping. So if you have a problem with that, like the one person that one time, keep your thoughts to yourself. Why does this, I know why this one-eyed washcloth puppet makes me want to cry, but I don't want to feel emotionally attached to this, but I do. My babies aren't babies anymore. Cat's flea collar, and I'm wondering, because there was one day we noticed he didn't have it on, like it had come off somewhere, and I'm wondering, was he in here and he got hooked on this, and this is where he got stuck, and it wasn't like a branch outside. Anyway, unrelated to today's video, but here we are. So these flea collars we've been using for almost 6 years now, and they are coated in essential oils that repel fleas, and we just keep buying them over and over and over again. I've literally, and this is like knock on wood or like knock on particle board, he's never had fleas. So I will link these because I highly recommend them if you want like a more non-toxic alternative to, keeping fleas off your cats. This nail polish, I want to say 2020, and it has been a goal of mine to not buy any more nail polish until I make it through this bottle. And I don't ever paint my fingernails like maybe once every couple years, if that. But I think that this summer might be the summer that I finally make it through. And I'm trying to decide, what color do I get next? Like, this has been a fun, just like basic blue-gray. What are your recommendations? What are your favorite toe nail polish colors? I'm not a red person. I don't even know if I'm really a pink person. Decisions. Maybe I just buy another bottle, but whatever. Okay, that's my nail polish story. Okay, so while we're on the topic of using up the things we have, this Beauty by Earth Self Tanner Mousse, I flippin' love. I'll use this occasionally on my legs during the summer. I have used it on my whole body, but that's a lot of work. But I really absolutely love this self tanner. My friend Jessica and I were addicted to like the Jergens tanning lotion, I think it was, back in 9th grade. So I know a bad self tanner when I see it, and this is definitely not one. This is something that once I run out, I will definitely be repurchasing. And since I really only use it when I go on vacation, it's going in the things I use while on vacation tote. Okay, so here in this tote is where I have extras that I access semi-regularly. I don't like to have this honkin' thing of, I'm just now realizing that I've called this contact juice basically my entire life, and I've never had to say saline or contact solution in like a adult setting. So my contact solution, I don't like having this big container in my drawer of things that I access on a daily basis, so I just refill one of the small travel containers for my bigger jug. Got extra toothbrush thingies, extra contacts, razor fills, which I should actually probably do that soon. I like this one that's shallow that I can access really easily. Also, one thing I said I was going to do last year that I never did is, obviously these are not clear containers. I try my hardest to just use the containers that I have available to me. I don't want to have to go out and buy fancy clear containers that allow me to see all of my inventory. So I'm going to make my own like Ghetto Fabulous labels today. Or shoot, I think I used all the last of my clear tape. Dang it. Maybe I won't be. We'll see. Now, another reason that I really wanted to tackle this is because I've been looking for my good tweezers, because I have recently become the proud owner of a witch type hair coming out of my chin that I need to take care of. And I just found these ones, and I'm really hoping that they work just in case I don't find my good tweezers. I just really don't like this hair coming out of my face. It worked. Not as good as my good tweezers though, but it's out of my face and I'm thankful for that. I had a spare roll of tape and I couldn't find my black Sharpie, so Crayola it is. And then I'm just going to use some construction paper from craft time earlier today that the boys didn't end up utilizing. So we do get to label today. I feel so lame that I'm kind of excited about this. Okay, so here we are. Nothing fancy, it works. I personally am very well attuned to the inventory in here and where things are. This is honestly for my husband so he can stop asking me, Aubrey, where's the Q-tips? I almost labeled this big liquids, but then I was thinking when I do someday want to take these labels off, this tape is going to be a pain in the you-know-what to remove. And he is a very smart man. He will be able to figure out, what's what in that department if he needs to get to the hydrogen peroxide rubbing alcohol what have you. But for the most part, I'm really the only one getting into this stuff anyway. I'm the primary packer when it comes to trips and whatnot, but my husband does travel occasionally for work. So I think that tiny travel things will lead him to the small toothpaste when a possible future work trip does arise. But I'm very content with this. Oh gosh, now I think that this is where I need to go next. I don't want to go there. This drawer consists of a bunch of crap that I use sometimes. My skincare and makeup that I use on like a daily or semi-daily basis, I have just started to keep on the counter. This is where like my occasional stuff has been living, and things that I used to use regularly once upon a time. I know that there's things in here that I want to get rid of. I think this is just, we got to take the whole thing out. Like, I really should use this more. Ugh. This smells weird. This is probably older than both of my children. That can go. Empty. Okay, so once upon a time, I used to use this Dr. Jart color correcting treatment as like a tinted moisturizer. I used it for a really long time, but it honestly is just a product that really washes me out. Like, it's a cream that turns from green to beige, but it's just like a beige that makes me look unhealthy. So I'm going to part with that. This Eucerin Zinc Oxide tinted sunscreen I did get at the beginning of last summer, and I really like this. This one is kind of one of those it says blendable tint for all skin tones. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but this is so much lighter. That Dr. Jart one that I was using was very heavy. I much prefer this as a tinted moisturizer if I do want to have more of like a makeup look. Otherwise, I'm just using like a regular sunscreen, which I will also, I'm gonna link all the things I like in the description because that's what we do here on the internet. I'm gonna grab it. Just over here talking about sunscreen. I talked about this in a video a couple weeks ago, but this Bubble Solar Flare, just getting Solar Mate, this zinc oxide sunscreen that's just a regular white sunscreen that I've just been using every day. And that's my sunscreen story. Moving on. So I've always had a tray of sorts here holding the things that I use on an everyday basis. The Q-tips are a new addition. I do not use Q-tips every day. But recently, I'd say over the course of like the last month, I've really pared down on the things, and like even all this is not something that I use on an everyday basis when it comes to makeup, but I've just been keeping it on the counter and it's been easy for me to access. But I'm just wondering, like, this really isn't a ton of stuff, and I feel like I did get rid of so much that I could just start keeping this stuff like in a space that's easy to grab in the drawer. My husband can reach in his drawer to get his deodorant just like I do. These things aren't hard to reach in there, and the Q-tips I can put, let's see what they fit in here. And can I shut the drawer? I can. So I think we're eliminating that. Okay, now back to the counter real quick. One dream of mine that I have started having recently is just to be that person that sprays off their bathroom counter every night or maybe not even spray it off, but just have it clear and clean it as needed, not like leave it needing to be cleaned for several weeks before like I actually get to it. And I feel like that goal is going to be so much more attainable now that there's nothing distracting on there. Visually, this feels so underwhelming, and I love it. Welcome to my toilet. So I've already cleaned this. One thing that I do try and do at least once or twice a year though, is I like to take the seats off of the toilets. We've got 2 young boys. If you know, you know. And especially with the toilet in the master bathroom, we do have a bidet on here, which leaves extra gaps in where the toilet seat and the toilet base, I guess, actually meet, which means just more cracks for pee-pee to seep into when my children come and use my toilet. So I'm going to do that now. The required tools are nothing fancy. I use this small screwdriver from one of my son's toolkits that he does not use, and that's that. I obviously clean this after every time I do this. But yeah, so that's that. Let's get to it. I always check the undersides of these things on the toilet. It's not gross, but I'm just gonna clean it anyway while it's off. All right, where's my clean rag? This is far better than past times I've done this. Like, I didn't even have to use my toothbrush. Not my toothbrush, but the cleaning toothbrush. Obviously, that would just be gross. The fact that my cleaner, like this is orange peel, that's why it looks like pee. But the fact that it looks like pee is making this particularly challenging right now because I'm like, is it pee or is it cleaner? What's going on? Now my hands are dirty, but I have clean things that are also still just like feel gross, but I gotta put it back on. Okay, I'm just gonna use my bare hands. Gross. Does anybody else like overthink their hands when doing stuff like that? Because I certainly do. Almost forgot this. Now we're a bit silly. we are. I did it. The whole bathroom is clean. Holy smokes. It feels so amazing. There's just nothing like walking into a clean bathroom, especially after it being in a state of disarray for so very long, like way too long. And it's one of those things where a lot of times I see a task that needs to be completed, and like doing all of this, it's a big job, especially with me getting down into the cabinets and doing a deep declutter. And I often think like, if I can't get it done in one day, it is not worth starting. But I think that I'm finally realizing, and maybe I've realized this in the past and just forgotten, sometimes that happens, that it is okay to start a task and finish it over the course of a few days, as long as I have the intention of actually following through with completing it. And I think that I really came to terms with that a couple weeks ago when I did a big deep clean in my boys' room, and that I think ended up taking me 4 days. This, even though there was like a day where I didn't do anything, I got it done in like 3 working days, and that's not too bad. Like just popping in here when I can throughout the day and getting something done, it feels very good. I'm not quite sure what I want to tackle next as far as my spring cleaning goes. I'm trying my best to take advantage of all of the rain that we have had recently here. And then another thing I was thinking, I know I talked a lot about the products that I've been using and the things that I've really loved over like, I don't know, however long I've been loving them. What do we think about doing like a get ready with me video where I just take you through my like simple-ish makeup routine and the things that I use? Could that be fun? I think so. All right, maybe we'll do that in a week or two. We'll see. Alrighty, we are going to wrap things up. I don't know where the day is taking me, but I hope you're having a lovely day and have a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you next week. If you're not yet subscribed, you're invited. Either way, I hope to see you in the next one. And as always, I love you, have fun, and be kind.